I am so numb, so depressed, so isolated. I disassociate like almost every day, daydream, nonstop. From being medically gaslit by doctors saying my pain isn't real, that I'm just a drug-seeking junkie, when clearly my diagnoses were gastroparesis, diverticulitis, kidney infection, and other gastric issues. And obviously my endometriosis. But that's not what's bothering me. What's bothering me is, I don't know if it was last Wednesday or the Wednesday before, I went up to Clubhouse because I wanted to get some numbers from people that I closed my case and I said I would never go back, which I won't. I'm not even allowed to. Like, Joy hates my guts. I don't know what I did to make her hate me so much. Probably because I stood up for myself, and I did file a report against her for the inappropriate things she has done to me. The verbal, emotional, and almost physical abuse. So, either last Wednesday, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks because I was in the hospital last week. So about 2 weeks ago, on Wednesday, I asked my mom if we could go to Clubhouse because we were going out to her doctor appointment out that way. Actually, both of our appointments, our chiropractor. And I said, if we have time, if we can go a little bit early, I would like to just run into Clubhouse real quick and just, like, get some people's phone numbers. Because some of the people that I are friends with, they don't have cell phones. Some of them do live in, like, group homes. And they do have access to, like, a landline. So, I wanted to get their numbers. And they, of course, are approved because they signed a release, obviously. So I walked in. I had about 20 to 30 members give me the biggest hug. And they're like, oh my God, Journey, you're actually in the building. It's been almost, like, a month and a half since you stepped foot in the building. Because I left. It was like the second week of April where I just crashed out. Like, Joy promised me that drop-in job, which was a job where it was almost like my job I did, like, at Michigan Works, only this is completely different. It's mental health based, but basically you sign people in, you serve them coffee, offer them snacks, secretarial work, like answering the calls, transferring them to staff that are monitoring the drop-in program. Like, a really simple, easy job for me as someone with severe arthritis, a lot of chronic pain, and it's a sit-down job. And I haven't had a TE since April of 2025 when I worked at Lincoln Behavioral Services as a scanning clinical intern. And because of being sexually assaulted by Tyler in February 3rd of 2025, Joy forced me on a 2-month suspension. She called it a break, a mental health break, but I was punished. I was not allowed to talk to my peers. I was not even allowed to be at Clubhouse. When she was originally going to take my TE away, but she knew if she took it away, I probably would end up in the psychiatric ward because, you know, you can only fuck around so much with me, especially as a licensed certified social worker. You should know better, but okay. So I went to work, and the thing was, Jed, the driver, I would have to sit up front. He told me I had to sit up front because Joy instructed him to. I was not allowed to talk to any of my peers on the van. I was allowed to talk to Jed a little bit, but not much, because I didn't want to get him in trouble, because Jed is the best driver. He made such an impact on my life. So, like, I'd be waiting up at Lincoln for 2.5 hours to clock in because my shift would be from, like, 10 to 2 p.m., 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., And what they would do is they would do regular route. They would just pick you up, but instead of taking the members to Clubhouse and me to Clubhouse, and then they would take me to work like later, like 15 minutes before going to work, they would just drop me off at the plaza, and I would sit there for 2.5 fucking hours to clock in. And I had this bitch up front named Jeanette. I call her Shark Lady because she was shark around me. And every fucking day, this bitch would say to me, why are you here 2.5 hours early? Are you trying to do time theft? First of all, I never fucking clocked in. I said, talk to Joy. Every day I would say that. Talk to Joy if it makes you uncomfortable. Talk to Joy. And Joy would not let me come back to Clubhouse. She forced me, coerced me into dialectical behavioral therapy when I found out I don't even have borderline personality disorder. I have PTSD, I have autism, I have bipolar 2 disorder, and generalized anxiety panic disorder. And I also have trichotillomania, which is hair pulling. As you can tell, I kind of like try to cover it up with some product, and these are fake. So Vanessa, fuck you for making fun of my eyebrows as well. Vanessa's a staff. She should know better. She's a social practitioner. These staff that work at Clubhouse should not be in this field. So fast forward, 2025 was not a great year. So I was hoping that 2026 would be a better year. And there was times me and Joy got into fights about a TE. Like once my TE ended, I never got a TE after, like another TE. Like some of these members, like there are favorites. There's favoritism there. Like there's members that will complete a TE, for example, maybe they did appointment calling at the plaza, and then right away they hop into another TE. If that TE didn't work out for them, that's okay. They could just go to another TE. But if that was me, fuck no, you're on a do not hire list, she tells me. And get this, I'm not on a do not hire list. There is no documentation, no formal report, nothing on my chart that I'm on a do not hire list. Even the HR manager, who is a bitch, like sided with me and said, who told you that? I'm like, Joy. She's like, there's nothing. Your work performance was great. The only thing that Joy didn't like was I was crying at work. This was like 2 days after me being sexually assaulted by Tyler. Who wouldn't fucking cry at their job? So anyway, fast forward, I'm just going to get to like why I'm just so angry, depressed, numb. So when I came in Wednesday to collect numbers, everyone gave me a hug. I had to confront Joy. It was the first time seeing Joy in a month and a half. Because that second week of April is when she went on her fucking training with that suitcase girl, Donna Reese. That bitch is such a snitch. One day she's gonna get snitches get stitches, basically. And I was added in a group chat like a few weeks prior, before I left Clubhouse, by this member that Anaya knows from school, and he would always add people in group chats. He's fucking annoying. I'm glad he doesn't go to Clubhouse. He moved far away from Metro Detroit, but he added all these fucking people in the Clubhouse group chat, like certain people, and I thought they were the people that hated Clubhouse or wanted to vent about Clubhouse. But the person who took my job that Joy promised me, and I have proof that she promised me, if you look at my videos on part 3, the phone call with Joy and my mom and me, she said that she was going to give me that drop-in job when it opened in May. She says, I brought Journey's name up for it. I think she'd be good for that job. And she said about 2 or 3 times in that phone call. And even the next week when I went to see her, I said, I'm still interested in the drop-in job. Can I have it? And she's like, yep, I signed off on it. You're good. I'm like, awesome, great, perfect. All of a sudden on her, her training during morning meeting, Vanessa announced during general announcements, like the morning meeting, they got to the employment news, that this girl, I'm just going to initial her M. She's a bitch anyway. I heard that she's not even doing well at that drop-in job. She has no personality. She's a bitch. She just is like this all the time. She just I don't know what's wrong with her. She's like in her 40s or whatever. but she's a real bitch. Nobody likes her. And she's not like, she's like so serious all the time. And I'm not trying to like judge anyone if they're on the spectrum, because I am autistic, but like this woman is never nice. You try to say hi to her and she'll go, all right, fuck you, you know, basically. So, they announced that M got the drop-in job, and that's when I tossed my pen, went into the wellness room, called my mom, and I said, Mom, you're right, Joy fucked me over with that job again. And my mom said, come home, stop going to that program. I said, okay. So I was sobbing, I was crying in the wellness room, and that's when I just took my shit, grabbed all my shit out of my locker, and just walked out, and I took an Uber home. And I was just screaming outside. And mind you, I was far away from the building, so I wouldn't like scare anyone. Like, fuck this place. I hate this fucking place. You know, the staff, their fucking favoritism. You know, a bunch of assholes, you know. And of course, you know, a driver heard me swear. And of course, she snitched on me. So when I came to, you know, collect numbers, Joy wanted to talk to me. And mind you, I put a recipient rights out on her. In the state of Michigan, a recipient rights is where you can report abuse or unfair treatment that you are dealing with. And I've been wanting to do, sorry about that, I've been wanting to do a recipient rights against Joy for a long time, but I was afraid of retaliation. But at this point, I stopped giving a fuck, and then I was going to close my case anyway. I always recommend people, if you're going to put a recipient rights form, close your case, because they will retaliate, and it's true. And I've known many members that are now alumni that still get harassed. That's how bad it is. I feel like Clubhouse International is almost like a cult-based mental health program. God, the allergies. Fucking pollen. But anyway, so I filed 2 recipient rights. One was her saying that I was never sexually assaulted, that I was lying. First of all, I had 2 witnesses. I'm not going to say who it was. Because I don't want, you know, Joy seeing this video, because Joy's a stalker anyway. She likes to stalk my social media. She likes to stalk everywhere I go. Like, you know, this bitch is, and she's a social worker. So, and mind you, we don't have cameras at Clubhouse or security, because Joy doesn't believe in that, because I feel like the reason why she doesn't want it, because she knows she can get away with abusing members and gaslighting and manipulating them, and the staff, other staff too. The only 2 staff that I, like, respect still is Mona and Jed. Those 2. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. Oh, and Kim, too. I love Kim. So, Kim, Mona, and Jed are the only 3 people that I respect and who validated my trauma. So, she goes, and then the second recipient rights was about the drop-in job. And that investigation is taking a lot longer. The SA report, because it happened a year ago, it was inconclusive. There was just not enough evidence, which, I mean, I tried. E for effort. Redford Police Department was so upset that Joy doesn't have cameras or any type of security. And mind you, Tyler has a history of being incarcerated for domestic violence and sexual violence. So this is, like, Joy knows about this, and she continues to let him come to Clubhouse. I mean, I haven't seen him. The last time I saw that motherfucker, and I called him a rapist, was back in, I would say, October of 2025, and that was the last time I saw him. I heard that he works for Amazon. So if you're working at Amazon, any woman, be careful. His name is Tyler Iwowski, I think. Iwowski. I don't know, what the fuck. It just starts with an I. IVSCU. If you work at Amazon, keep pepper spray on you, please. He's unhinged. He will, like, bang anyone. He's your typical horny ass man. But anyway, so Joy called me in her office when I came to collect numbers, and she brought Vanessa along. She wanted to witness, but I always record. So I hid my phone in my bra, but I had, like, audio, and in the state of Michigan, you can record. You can't film them without their consent, but you can audio record. So I, you know, just, like, told how I felt. She's like, do you know why you closed your case? I said, I walked out. She's like, how you left? You left very inappropriately. I'm like, you weren't even there, but okay. Like, you were on your fucking training. And I said, I was angry. I have a right to be angry. She's like, I never promised you that job. I'm like, audio never lies. It never lies, sis. It never lies. She says, what do you mean? And I said, basically, you know, I record my phone calls. She's like, oh, I know that you record. So then why did you say that I was going to get the job when I have it on recording? That is incriminating evidence that could get you in trouble. Are you that fucking stupid, Joy? Like, you need to fucking retire already. So anyway, we were kind of arguing, and then she was bringing about a group chat. First of all, the group chat happened outside of Clubhouse. I wasn't cyberbullying anyone, and I was being accused of being cyberbullying someone. I'm a victim of bullying. I'm a victim of cyberbullying. I would never cyberbully anyone. I did say something rude to the person who got my TE, my drop-in, because she said I was jealous. She was starting shit with me. She was saying, you're jealous, you know, Joy likes me better than you. And I just called her a clit sucker, you know, like an ass sucker. I know that was not the right term to use. And I didn't know. And then she's like, I'm going to go tell Joy on you. Like, how old are you? You're like in your 40s and you're going to snitch? I said, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell Joy. What's she going to do? Give me a spanking? I know she would enjoy it because Joy flirts with her fucking female clients. And I don't care if she sees this video. Joy, you do this all the time to me. So don't even go there. I have that on camera too. So anyway, the group chat was brought to by M and another member who I thought was my friend, S. That's another initial, a guy. And and she's like, you called them clit suckers. And I was like trying not to laugh because, like, you know, Joy never swears. She's supposedly like really like religious, but she's not. She's not. She doesn't act like a practicing Jewish woman at all. Like, she's not religious. You could just tell that she just doesn't care. All she cares about is money. All she cares about is billing. All she cares about is attendance. She makes $180,000 net worth a year annually, plus $36,000 for bringing new members in. So, like, this woman is loaded. She lives in a $500,000 house. She has a $500,000 car. This woman is a bougie, rich, white, privileged bitch. That's all I can say. So anyway, we were arguing back and forth, and she said, you know, members feel unsafe and they feel like they're afraid of you and unsafe around you. And I was just laughing my ass off. And she got mad that I was laughing. I'm like, I had 25, 30 members that came up to me saying, we want you to come back. And I said, no, I can't. And they all gave me a group hug. And, you know, and my friend Daryl, I love him. He's the only one that's sticking by my side. Daryl's like, everyone loves her. What you're saying, Joy, is abuse. You're lying to her. You're making her self-esteem go down. And Joy goes, Daryl, do you want to get sent home? He's like, don't mind me. I live right down the road. I would like to go home, but I want to be there for Journey. Journey's my good friend. Daryl is this older gentleman that I'm friends with because both of me and him have a lot in common. We both have like really bad chronic pain. And we always like talk about how fucked up the opiate crisis is. And, you know, he's just like a good friend. He's like almost like a step-up father or like an uncle to me. He's like one of my best guy friends, even though he's older. And his mom's really sick too. So like, Joy, fuck you. You know, Daryl is stressing out. His mom is in hospice. So you should be more easier on him. But see, Joy's a sociopath. All she cares about is herself and her reputation. So, and then I was told by Daryl and another member, I'm not going to say her name because we're no longer friends anymore. She was one of my close friends at Clubhouse. And I'm going to give her an initial, but not the first initial because it'll give it away. But I'll do like the second letter of the initial. So, N. So I'm just going to do N. So N said that she caught Hazel. That's another bitch. She's a bitch. She's 23 years old staff, and she treats us like we're 4-year-olds, and she treats us like we're all special ed, and, you know, it's awful. You don't treat people like that. She talks down to us. I'm 32. I don't want no young fuck telling me what to do. But N and Daryl said I could say his name because he doesn't give a fuck. He hates Clubhouse anyway. He said he only stays there because he loves his friends. That's how I felt too. But anyway, N and Daryl overheard Hazel and Vanessa making fun of my eyebrows and also stalking my Facebook, finding out that I said that I'm not coming back to Clubhouse. I closed my case. Joy's abusive. And I think that's what ticked Joy off the most. So Joyce, basically at the end of the conversation, I wasn't there more than like 5 minutes with her. I like stood, like, she wanted me to sit down at her desk. I said, no, I'm standing by the door for my safety, because if it's going to get bad, I'm leaving. So and then I confronted Vanessa about it. She's like, when did I make fun of your eyebrows? I haven't seen you in a month, with her obnoxious voice. And I said, don't worry, I have 2 little birdies that look out for me, my 2 little informatives. So, like, you know, just because I'm not here doesn't mean I don't know shit. Like, you know, there's snitches everywhere, you know. And she was, like, flustered. And, like, Joy got defensive, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Joy didn't make fun of me either. Joy should talk. She's balding. She's gray. I thought Joy was in her 70s. Seriously. She's 58 years old, and I thought she was 75. So don't even go there. So I said, I'm just here to collect numbers and then I'll leave. And she's like, no, you're just going to leave out the door. If you don't leave in the next 30 seconds, I'm calling the police and saying you're trespassing. So I told my mom what happened, and we filed another recipient rates, and they're just really pissed. They're upset. They're livid how she's treating me. I don't know what Joy has against me. My mom thinks it's because I'm the only one that stands up to her and I don't tolerate her bullshit. People are afraid of her. Joy is intimidating. Joy almost hit me before. And I don't talk about that. That happened back in January of 2025. We got into an argument about favoritism. I was being bullied by this one woman. It was a racial issue. She hated white people, you know, and she thought I threw paper at her, and I never did. And Jason, a former staff, and Vanessa, at least this is the only good thing Vanessa did, was Vanessa and Jason witnessed this bitch going off on me. I'm not even going to say her name. I'm just going to call her C. Literally said I threw paper at her and said, like, I was calling her the N-word, which was not true at all. And Jason and Vanessa were like, no, she didn't. Don't even fucking go there. And I actually had it recorded on accident because I was sending a voice memo to one of my friends. And I had a Motorola at the time. It was a piece of shit phone. And it was still picking up audio after I sent the first audio clip. So it picked everything up. And Joy got so livid when I said that. I had it recorded. I said it was accidental because I was sending a voice memo to my friend because my keyboard wasn't working. And she got so mad that she, like, went like this to insinuate that she was going to hit me. And I fell. And then she realized she fucked up. And she was, like, trying to, like, pull me back up. And I was like, I can get up. And I couldn't get up because I had, like, jelly legs. I was so in shock. And then she pulled me up and gave me a hug. Disturbing woman. And this is all, like, I have all documentation. I have audio. I have video. I have paper trail. The recipient rights knows I'm telling the truth. They're seeing Joy's story not adding up. She's, like, lying. Like, she's just, like, ugh. So I'm really in a dark place. So my friend N, the one that, you know, at the time sided with me, she gave me a call, like, I think the day after 2 days after, because I went into the hospital on a Friday. And 2 days after, she called me and said, hey, heard you're in the hospital, hope you feel better, but I just want to let you know that Joy thinks I shouldn't bother with you because she thinks you're a bad influence on me, and she's telling everyone that you're a bad influence, so people are not going to be talking to you anymore, so take care. That really hurt. You know, I always had a hard time making friends because I was bullied and I'm neurodivergent. And then you have this social worker, you know, get everyone against me because she's petty because I put a recipient rights out, you know. So I put another one out and I talked to this one amazing guy on the customer service, you know, and he's like, what she's doing is straight up abuse. It's narcissistic abuse. isolation, manipulation, gaslighting, deflecting, dismissing, minimizing, everything. Like, she's a fucking sociopath. So, I'm not allowed at Clubhouse ever again. The only time, like, I'll, like, go by Clubhouse is if Daryl and I want to hang out. Sometimes I'll go by his house, or we'll go to the party store and, like, hang out there. But, like, my mom's like, if you ever want to see Daryl, we can always still go up there, I'm allowed to be in the parking lot. They can't tell me because that's public. But it really, really hurt. So I, a few times, like last week, I thought about checking myself into the mental hospital. Because I was in such a dark place. And I told God, what do I do? What do I do? But the only person that has really, really, really been there for me, besides my mom and Daryl, is Jory. So Jory has been an online friend for about almost 10 years, but she actually had been following me since my Hasbro Girl 74 days. She was actually a subscriber back in the 2010 era. But we didn't really, she would leave comments and I would write back, but I didn't know her that well at the time. So in 2017, that's when I got to know her on Instagram and we got close. And then during the pandemic, when Katrine fucked me over, as everyone knows, if you go look at my videos, you can find all the Katrine videos. From Heartbreak to Healing, you can find that video. It's way at the bottom. It's from 2020. But in 2020, Katrine fucked me over. My grandma Jean passed away. My cat died. And I was just pushing everyone away. And I pushed Jory away. And I felt so bad because me and her both have abandonment issues and attachment issues. And I wasn't fair to her. And she apologized for she was being hard on me, and I should have been more understanding. But there was a void in my life that was empty. And I felt like God told me, you need Jory back in your life. And then when Jory came back in my life, my heart felt whole again. But the Clubhouse situation, the only thing I wish with Jory is I wish we live close by. But she lives in Idaho and I live in Michigan. So I'm hoping that maybe one day, if the job market stops fucking sucking, I keep getting these interviews and no one's calling me back because of how bad the fucking job market is. I want to save up my money and meet her. Next year will be 10 years that we actually been technically best friends. Even when we stopped talking for almost 6 years, because I was just I didn't want to bother with anyone. I was still in a dark place and I was dealing with a lot of mental health and physical issues. I still loved her. I still kept her in my heart. I never hated Jory, and I always thought she hated me because of what I did to her, and but I never did. And Jory has been my rock, my soul sister, my everything, my world, and I couldn't imagine life without her. But anyway, I just wanted to make this vlog to let people know that Clubhouse programs can benefit some people, but there's a lot of favoritism, very cult-like, and you just gotta be careful of certain clubhouses. There are snitches. They act like they're in fucking high school. There's a lot of high school drama when the age criteria is from 18 to 85 or 18 to 100 too. You have to be 18 and up to attend Clubhouse, and you get between 40 and 60-year-old people starting fucking high school drama. Grow the fuck up. I'm 32. I don't have time for this bullshit. But anyway, I just want to say thank you to Jory. Thank you to Daryl. Thank you to my mom. And thank you to all my followers on my social media that have supported me with my journey. And fuck you, Joy. Fuck you, Vanessa. Fuck you, Hazel. I love you, Mona. I love you, Jed. I love you, Kim. Sue, I care about you, but I don't like you. I'm sorry. I think that you could have helped me a lot better, but I wish you nothing but the best. And to all the other Clubhouse members that are going to miss me and love me, I'm going to miss and love you too. Just remember the good times. And I promise you that Joy isn't worth sacrificing my life for. Like, meaning, like, thinking about, like, checking myself in the mental hospital, because she ain't fucking worth it. The only person that means to me, the only person that can save me is the big guy up here. Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, I don't know where I would be. God is amazing. God is good. I know I've been going through a rough time, but maybe God was saying, look, like, girl, this place is toxic and hostile. Get out of there. So I just wanted to make a quick video and just explain my side of the story. And then I'm also going to be posting like a short video on my TikTok, but this video is specifically going on YouTube public. So this is the story of ending my Clubhouse chronicles. So I do forgive Joy. I do forgive Vanessa, but I will never forget what they did to me. This is not the first time Joy has fucked me over. I've had so many stories about her. Maybe down the road when I heal a little bit better, I can tell you like a lot of unhinged shit about her. But like, this woman should not be in this field anymore. She's been working at Clubhouse for almost 30 years. It's time for her to retire. We need a new director, someone that really cares. I feel like, honestly, Mona would be a great director. She's empathetic, caring, compassionate, loving. She like loves to give everyone hugs. If you're feeling sad, she'll let you talk about it. Joy, she'll go, you know, we don't do therapy during the work order day. You know, we don't provide therapy. I know we don't. I know it's in the standards, but like, it is a mental health program. It's okay to like say, hey, like, you want to talk about, you know, let's get you focused on some tasks. We can talk about what's going on. We can problem solve or something like that. Like something like that. But invalidating? Are you fucking kidding? And you're a social worker? The fuck? Like, this bitch, man. She's mentally ill, and I feel sorry for her kids. God, she's got 2 kids, and I don't know. I don't know. I just feel bad for anyone who's involved in Joy's life. You know, anyone who has been to the Gathering Place Clubhouse, a former member, whoever has dealt with Joy, please leave a comment, and I promise it won't go anywhere. And I'm going to make this public. I don't give a fuck if she sends a cease and desist letter out. This is my freedom of speech. I'm not threatening. I'm spitting facts. You know, I wish Joy nothing but the best, but she needs to go. She needs to go. She needs to retire. It's time for new people to come in. They need to just get rid of the whole staff besides Mona and Jed and Kim. Get rid of the other staff and bring fresh staff in. After Jason left and Tom, everything went down the toilet. Like, everything. High turnover almost like every 12 months or every 6 months. It depends. But anyway, this is my story. It's true. And to all the members that support me still, and to Daryl, and to my troublemaker Josh. Josh is Daryl's buddy. Josh is on the spectrum. He is autistic. He's pretty like he's like moderately autistic. He's verbal, but you could tell he's autistic. He stims a lot, but I loved him. He used to pick on me. Like, he used to like say, "Are you starting trouble, Journey?" Unfortunately, Josh, troublemaker got expelled for filing a report against Joy. So, Josh, Daryl, and Mona and Jed, and the members that support me, no matter what, I love you. I'll miss you. And hopefully one day, maybe down the road, I could still visit, you know, if she'll let me. I swear to God, if I come back in like 3 years just to visit and she still has a trespassing warning, I mean, she's delusional. Like, that's all I have to say. At this point, I have to laugh. But I'll pray for her. And I'm going to pray for you, Vanessa. Like, you're very obnoxious. Your voice was so irritating. I'm glad I don't have to hear your obnoxious voice. And I'm so glad I don't have to hear Joy's high heels clicking anymore. That used to drive me nuts. So that's the only good things that came out of Clubhouse. That leaving Clubhouse. So anyways, just wanted to say, I hope everyone has a safe summer, and Take care of your mental health. Check on people that you care about, because right now I'm truly alone. But I'm not, though. I have Jesus Christ, God, my mom, Jory, my friend Julie, my former supervisor, bestie Suzanne, Daryl, and Josh, even though he can't contact me because Josh doesn't know how to read. He is illiterate, but he is going to school to read more, so I'm so proud of him. So I'm just going to be focusing on my school and focusing on trying to find a job. Hopefully something will pan out. I'm going to remain positive, but I just wanted to share my story. So take care, everyone. Bye.